So what is it going to take to capture history?
It's the perfect timing. You see the man shining.
The entire world is about to find
What
out.
up, Brooklyn?
This week in the Overwatch League, the London Spitfire put on an incredible display to crush the Philadelphia Fusion, becoming the Season 1 champions and winning themselves $1 million in prize money. So let's check out some of the best moments and see how they achieved such a dominant victory.
Profit, man. What did he do at the end here? What was this?
This entire clip's nuts, honestly. What? 1v5s them almost.
Best play of the game.
Ridiculous.
Best play of the game by far. Arguably best play of the match for sure.
The first day began with Dorado, a map that Philadelphia have had a good record on recently. Their third point defense was fantastic last week against the NYXL, and this week it once again held strong, giving them an early lead in the series.
Also on the Mercy, desperately trying to keep his tanks up, but it's not going to be enough. Philadelphia Fusion make a statement here. They'll take map 1.
London looked a bit nervous on this map, and as a result, made a few mistakes that cost them the win. However, they quickly calmed down and settled in for the next round on Oasis.
Nimbly climbing those walls here to try and get a couple of salvos over the top and hopefully find some damage. Sato's already fallen. The front line for the Fusion is missing, and well, Boombox, little more than scrap metal at this stage.
This map was the bane of London's existence in the regular season, but in the playoffs, it's clear they've been working very hard to improve on it. The London tank duo controlled the game from the very beginning and really started to shut down Carpe and EQO, something that will continue throughout the rest of the week.
So many clutch plays coming through on this one. Fury, he's on this diva. Now, of course, he's doing damage, but some of the biggest plays are the ones not seen, eating the enemy ultimates. Anytime someone's about to make a big play, Fury was there to shut him down, and so was his main tank gesture. Look at this, the Pharah EQO barraging down with the rockets, shut down by both tanks at once.
So going into halftime, it was 1 point apiece, but London was certainly beginning to look like the stronger team. Iconvold was another quick victory for London, who were able to calmly dismantle the Fusion's attack, stopping them just after the first checkpoint. Then on their offensive round, some great tank play from Fury and Gesture let them claim a comfortable win.
Ready now on the payload, Gesture wants to drive it forward. Hopper gets caught up in the fray, and he's not going to be hanging around. It looks like the Philly Fusion can't hold up in the heat, and the London Spitfire take flight.
Then onto Volskaya Industries, and one of the best games of the entire season. Philadelphia made major changes to their composition at the start of the game and opened up with a triple tank, triple support lineup, with the intention of bullying London off the point with superior healing and large health pools. Generally, this kind of composition is favoured against the double sniper that London were running. However, Profit and Birdering had little something to say about that idea and quickly broke their first push.
Yeah, that didn't work out for the Philly Fusion at all, Matt.
Then, thanks to all the large health balls feeding their ultimates, Profit was able to initiate a team wipe on their second push with an early Dragon Strike.
We're going to go again with the Fusion with a Dragon Strike. They're going in. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Young people, look away. Oh, Profit gets himself 3.
It was third time lucky for the Fusion as they finally got their Graviton Surge charged up and were able to use it to break the Spitfire's hold and take the first checkpoint.
The point where they missed Nuss leaking into the backside, bringing Gesture back into the fight. He's punched for that one, and there it is! It's a Pokebomb!
On the second point, London stabilised off the back of some quick hero swaps, bringing in Anna, Pharah and May to force the Fusion back and then hold out for the rest of the map.
Oh, removed by that one over the top by Fury, and the Spitfire break the Fusion's hold on that point. London now can set up once more. Matt, what happened? Looks like the Fusion just ran out of gas.
Into the second half, Fusion had a great opening defense as they pushed London back time after time. However, when the Spitfire made the switch to double sniper and then Fury picked up a self-destruct kill on Neptuno, it was the perfect opening to give them point A.
That is probably the Philadelphia Fusion forcing a game 5 here. Is to be Birdering takes out Neptuno. That's huge.
Birdering then followed up with another quick kill onto Neptuno, and it looked like it was all going to be over for the Fusion until Poco landed a massive self-destruct.
So for the Fusion realised they're going to try and hold on. Oh no! Poco hit the double bomb, but will it be enough? It looks like it will.
Still, Profit and Birdering went for the hero play and nearly wiped out the remnants of the Fusion there and then, and were only 0.7% away from winning the match before Poco and the Fusion's tanks were able to push them back.
In series, I've never seen that before.
Philly tanks make it back though, so you will get a hold for the time being.
What
or
is
the
this?
Philly Fusion, but Profit and Birdering almost just killed everybody on the point.
However, Prophet would not be denied his glory for long, as a couple minutes later, having now switched over to Tracer, he decimated the Fusion with a 5-kill combo that was beautifully coordinated with the rest of his team.
Clip's nuts, honestly. 1v5s them almost.
Best play of the game.
Ridiculous.
Best play of the game by far. Arguably
Play of the
best
match.
play of the match for sure. Prophet was on fire. Everyone from London playing at the top of their game.
So at the end of the first day, London took the victory 3-1, but Fusion still had a chance to bring it back on day 2. The first map of the second series was Junkertown. Not a great map for Philadelphia historically, but they still managed some very impressive plays. However, somehow London were playing even better today and continued to shut down Carpe, constantly forcing him to switch off of the Widowmaker and onto Tracer, which London would just then counter with their own Brigitte. Gesture was also setting up some amazing combos with his team. Using Holt to pull players into the Dragon Strike might have been the most flashy, but he also enabled Badosin to land so many Roadhog hooks throughout the day, it was insane, and they smoothly picked up the first map.
Just playing the ball, Neptuno! Prophet back! And he makes his presence felt right away. Goodbye, Neptuno. Goodbye, Sato.
Onto Lijiang Tower, and things started to get sloppy from the Fusion as the pressure began to mount. They gave away the first point really early. Sado and other players were often caught in bad positions, and these kind of mistakes are so easily punished. Carpe and DQO had their moments, but they were too often being shut down by the Spitfire's tanks or losing out in the duels with Birdring and Prophet.
Philadelphia Fusion has to find some way to hold this one. By the stick! Neptuno caught by the pulse bomb for Prophet.
So it all came down to King's Row, a map where London have actually not had a very good record so far in the playoffs, having lost it twice and their only victory coming from a very close 5-4 win over the Gladiators. If the Fusion wanted to start a reverse sweep, this was their chance, and they started to look a lot better. Carpe actually found some room to breathe and began to land some very good shots. On their attack, the Fusion got it all the way to the final checkpoint, but it took them to overtime and they had to fight very hard for every inch.
They have to give this one up. Prophet dashing in with the Sombra, trying to stay elusive, but it's not enough. Philadelphia Fusion, 3 points for them.
Then on defense, they were looking pretty good as they shut down London's first few pushes, but eventually the Spitfire pulled out their own triple tank, triple support lineup and took the first point.
And wow, those changes from London did the trick. Great adaptation.
However, the Fusion had a plan to deal with this, and Carpe made the swap to Doomfist and was able to stop London in their tracks.
Coming out another one for Nas, and Sato takes on Gesture. Carpe says, you know what? Bet you weren't expecting that.
After this setback, London quickly adapted their positioning to deal with the presence of the Doomfist and struck back against the Fusion.
The Doomfist plays, and here's another fight.
That's right, London coming in with the Coalescence and Moira Ultimate doing damage. They're going to drop the Graviton Surge too and just roll right over Fusion.
This got the payload moving, and then in the next fight, some great positioning from Gesture caused the Fusion to waste their ultimates and gave London another checkpoint.
Poco has his own gravitational surge. He's going to go ahead and try to use it here.
The Shatter!
Got eaten, and meanwhile the Shatter comes in from Gesture. They're going to run right over Philly again. Carpe drops to the self-destruct. Man, they were ready for that one.
They were read like a book.
Team wipe after team wipe, eventually London earned the final checkpoint with over a minute left, meaning that all they needed to do to win the entire league was get 33% on the first objective.
London will finish with a minute 10 in the time bank.
London had a tactic for this that wasn't that well shown on the broadcast. They actually used the same tactic that the LA Gladiators used against them, where 5 members of the team push onto the objective while 1 stays back in spawn. Once the Fusion's defense was split up, Birdring made the swap to Widowmaker to pressure them from another angle, and it did seem the Fusion knew what was happening, but with their defense scattered and their attention split, their main tank was caught out of position before being quickly dispatched.
Go back near spawn, getting those shots in. They're going to jump on the shot. Sato, and he's down! London gets the main tank! Neptuno can't get there to res him. They only need 1 tick. They are so close. Philly desperate, but there goes Poco. And London Spitfire have done it! They will fly high as your Overwatch League champions!
This was a masterclass in Overwatch from the Spitfire. So many team compositions and such perfect coordination on all of them. In so many fights they were able to get these precision kills with hooks or snipers that forced Philadelphia to give up ground without even needing to have a big team fight. One thing that wasn't mentioned enough on the broadcast was how big of an impact that Fury had in this series. Whenever the Fusion landed a hook on someone from London, Fury was nearly always there to save them. He shut down so many ultimates, and even little things like here, where EQO fires a sonic arrow up into the air, which Fury intercepts on its way down.
Fire. Bedosian harassed into irrelevancy inside the buildings.
Of course, we need to give credit to the Fusion for getting this far, not to mention knocking out the NYXL last week. Unfortunately for them, London just had the strategies to deal with Carpe and DQO so well, and then we have maps like Volskaya and Kings Row, where Philadelphia let victory just slip between their fingers on their first point holds. They still played some great Overwatch, particularly on the first day, but London was just the better team this week. However, I'm hoping this is a rivalry with a long road ahead. What were your favourite moments from the finals or the entire league? What do you think was the best match of the entire season? Let me know in the comments below. As always, this is James Verkers saying thanks for watching and enjoy the game.